An interesting scenario in the ongoing Dodger drama involving Frank McCourt and Major League Baseball. Even if McCourt is forced to sell the team, he could still remain the team's landlord. KTLA's Glenn Walker live at Dodger Stadium with more on the story. Glenn.
Yeah, Micah, this was brought up in an article Saturday in the LA Times. It reminded me of a conversation I had in 2004 with the late Jack Kaiser of the LA County Economic Development Authority. He told me back then a lot of business leaders downtown wanted to see the Dodgers build a stadium downtown, and the property behind me, Dodger Stadium in the parking lot, could then be redeveloped. $100 million homes with $1 million view. Well, now with Frank McCourt in trouble, he may be thinking along the same lines. Dodger Stadium, it may be home of the Dodgers, but it turns out the team no longer owns their home. They're renters, paying $14 million a year to their landlord, Frank McCourt.
I think the bigger issue is really going to be what happens as Schaefer's reviewing the Dodgers if ultimately a sale is forced.
When Frank McCourt bought the Dodgers in 2004, he separated the stadium and the parking lot, which produces $11 million in revenue, into a separate business owned by him. So we asked LA attorney Bradley Boyer, if Major League Baseball forces him to sell the team, does that have to include the stadium and the parking lot?
I believe there's a constitution for the league, and it's not clear-cut in my mind as to whether or not they can force the sale of the underlying assets as well.
So has McCourt already outmaneuvered Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig?
I'm sure the lawyers are going to be looking into that extensively and, seeing what is in the best interest of the parties in that proceeding and whether or not, if it is sold, whether or not to try and force it to be sold as a package.
So, in theory, if forced to sell the Dodgers but not the stadium and the parking lot, Frank McCourt could conceivably evict the team. But why would he do that? Well, it's all about the view from a prime piece of Los Angeles real estate.
I have no idea what the McCourts were interested in at the time they bought the Dodgers. I can tell you that is fabulous real estate, Chavez Ravine. I would like to hope that they bought it because they like baseball and they wanted to support baseball and support the Los Angeles Dodgers, but I couldn't guess what their true intents were.
So what were their true intentions? Well, there was a theory back in 2004 that the McCourts were more interested in the real estate than the baseball team. Only time will tell. Live outside of Dodger Stadium, I'm Glenn Walker for the KTLA 5 News at 6.